Hello again, YouTube. This is Truth Man giving you the truth, and I told you we finna break down this thing about friends and how I can't tell you enough. You gotta enjoy your own company. Now, this was weird. Like, we still talking along the lines of what happened to Shanquella Robinson, and I told y'all the Queen Esquire squad, she had a good breakdown of how they was doing her before that. That's how people is. Watch my other video where I talked about this. I gave you stories from my own life. I have many more examples to what led me to think this way. Like, I'm guarded, but I'm not too guarded to let the right person in. And just like I'm not too guarded or too shallow to know when I'm dealing with agents either. You gonna blow your cover. You think you're an agent. You think you're gonna try to get close to me. I can see right through that, and the Most High will judge you for that too. But we still talking about, I want to show you some things on choosing friends. Just like you get choosing signals in dating, you get choosing signals in friendship too. And you got to know what these signals are. Like, don't give nobody the benefit of the doubt because you knew them a long time. People change. Situations change, people change, and when they change on you until that point, move around. So we're gonna make this video, and then we'll come back later with more videos. I'm just gonna get started. You know, it's already 10 o'clock, and I like to make sure I'm starting between, but I had to talk about these things because this is important. Like, this for everybody. Like, even if you're reviewing the videos on YouTube, like, this will help you in your personal life too. Just, you'll see that if you keep an open mind, I can help you. I know I can. I know I can because I be injecting the wisdom of the very Most High God that, He injected into me. So just like it's choosing signals with dating, it's choosing signals with friendship. It's things that you need to go by and a practical approach that you need to take when you trying to decide who you gonna hang with, who you gonna have a drink with, who you gonna possibly go on vacation with. You gotta be able to see through people, man. You gotta get better with this because how they were doing her on that vacation, I can see it just from watching it. They don't like her. They're jealous of her. She's not in their inner circle. She shouldn't have never been there. You can't go to every party. You can't go to every funeral. You can't go to every wedding. You can't go to every get together. If you're not amongst friends, then you got to keep it more distant. Just like at work, man. You're not at work to be people's friends. Now, sometimes you might make friends, but a lot of times what people will do is they'll slowly try to etch you out. Like, childish people, that's the worst people to work with on the job. Because they're going to be in the office on you all the time. They're going to nitpick if they're a manager over you. Because they don't want you around. They don't want you around. Like, people, just because people have pubic hair, most of them don't even like that. They don't even want that. Like, they don't want nothing that's a sign of maturity. But anyway, that's kind of off subject. Moving right back. People are childish. They are full-grown children. But what's weird is a lot of times kids are better at making friends than grown people. See, what happens a lot of times, you be in elementary school, you have a lot of friends. You get to middle school, you still have some friends, but it's kind of changing on you. You get to high school, everything completely changed because people be confused within. Their body matures as an adult, but they still have the mind of a child. So it's that inner battle that a lot of people is dealing with that makes them unfriendly. And that's why, to me, social media really should be called anti-social media. Because this YouTube is likes, comments, this is supposed to be social, right? But how many people do you hear on here for no good reason. Like, I got good reasons, but a lot of people don't have no good reason. Oh, that's why I go solo. That's why I'm a Lone Ranger. They not friendly. They're using social media for gain. But social media is not just supposed to be for gain. It's supposed to be if the people that were running it didn't have agendas, and if the people who were participating, and here we go again, he's finna start calling, and the people that were participating understood what it exactly is. It's supposed to network. You're supposed to build friendships. People using it to build empires, and that's fine. If y'all that gullible to let people build empires off of y'all, you don't know. Whether it's a preacher, whether it's a YouTube, hey, that's you. Ad revenue is different. Y'all be literally super chatting these people who don't be talking to you. They not gonna call you on the phone. They not gonna deal with you. They not gonna respond to your emails. But that's y'all, it's you, man. Do you. Do your thing. But on this video, we finna get into how to go about making friends. I'm gonna give you some strategies. I got 5 things listed, but we're gonna talk about more than 5 things, obviously. And then we're gonna close, and I'm gonna start my work. Cause listen, man, I don't get no super chats, man. I get tips, man. I get tips, I get fees, I get paid for what I do work-wise. And a lot of these arrogant dudes, I make more than you do from YouTube, so stop it. Just stop it, man. Imagine if I had that YouTube revenue. Anyway, because I saw some of y'all done posted somewhere, you ain't there. I got you. I got some of y'all. The first thing I have listed out of the 5, find people who think similarly to you. Find people that think similarly to you. How can you walk together unless you be agreed? How can you be true friends with somebody who you think this, they think that, you think this, they think that? Y'all don't have no common ground. And then the common ground you have with some of them, well, I'm cutting out this, I'm cutting out that. What do you have left? Nothing. Demote. You got to know when to elevate somebody to a friend and when to demote somebody and realize that they just an associate. And some coworkers ain't even associates. They just work at the same place. It's okay to be friendly. Hi, how you doing? But when you speak to somebody and they don't speak to them again until they speak to you first. Because you feeding their ego. If you speak to somebody, good morning, how you doing? And they hear you and they don't say nothing else to that person unless you have to, job-wise. I don't care if it's 20 years. Do not say good morning to a person that heard you say good morning to them and didn't say nothing. And don't take it the wrong way. Just be like, oh, it's like that. Say that within yourself. It's like that. I ain't gonna speak to that person no more till they speak to me first. But you gotta find people who think similar to you, because this is what causes this. When people get to talking, people don't know how to be disagreeable. Y'all saw my video on that. They don't know how to be disagreeable. That's why you got to deal with people. If you a Trump supporter and you surrounded by non-Trump supporters, don't talk about that. Unless you just don't care, you got other things going, you don't care what they talking about. But I wouldn't talk about Trump unless you dealing with neutral people or Trump supporters. Because people gonna find fault with everybody. Trump this, Trump. They trying to, people have the nerve to talk about Trump and his grabbing peas comment. Look what Biden be doing. Look what Biden does. I couldn't help it, man. I had to hop on some people, man. I said, well, at least Trump is trying to touch grown women. Anyway, find people who think similarly to you. If you an entrepreneur type, deal with other people who have businesses or want businesses. Don't deal with people who gonna tell you, man, you need to get a job. Because that ain't gonna help you grow. If you know the stats on who gets rich and who doesn't, and you take this particular road based on the stats you know, why would you be even talking to somebody who don't agree? You gotta deal with people who think similar to you. Next, number 2, get with people with energy like yours. Get with people with energy like yours. That's like, why would you, if you a night owl, like you'll go to Dave and Buster's or something at night. Like, man, let's go here. Why would you be dealing with people that's gonna be asleep at 7? If you don't go to sleep at 7, yeah, what y'all gonna even do? What y'all gonna do? Let's say you work till 5. You say, hey man, what you doing later? Oh man, I'm going to bed. It's gonna be hard to be friends with that person. Because everything is gonna be on their terms. That goes back to number 1 too. Number 2, again, get with people with energy like yours. If you like hanging with people who just want to watch games and TV, if that's what you do, that's who you be with. Y'all like sports, y'all avid sports fans. You got something in common. How you gonna be an avid sports fan and hang with people that's not? I'm telling you, when you try to hang with people that's too different, everything is gonna either be about you or about them. It ain't gonna be no down the middle. It's hard to establish friendships like that. Number 3, deal with people who are not selfish. This is important. This is important because you don't need to be selfish either. Sometimes you might have to go the extra mile to help somebody, but let it be somebody that you know either will help you or have helped you. Don't do all this stuff for people that ain't doing it for you. There's no need to be that way. You wasting your time. So number 3, again, deal with people who are not selfish. If they are selfish, watch this, they will be stingy, which is not, stingy is going to be hard to make friends with them because when something happens, you going to be like, if a smart-minded person be like, wait a minute, why should I do this for him and he didn't do this? So it is going to be like a constant battle. Mule-headed, and you'll have too many disagreements with a selfish person. Every selfish person ain't proud. Some of them got humble characteristic. They just selfish. And selfish is a negative aspect when you building friendships. You got to be a little more selfless, but don't be selfless with selfish people. And number 4, learn to silently and verbally vet out friends. Hey man, what you think of this, man? Just kind of just get a feel for how they think. You know, get a feel for how they vote. Get a feel for what their spiritual mind is like. If you a deeply spiritual person, but you believe in having fun, you understand, you know God a little better. So you know God ain't as petty as people try to make him. You want to be around other people that's similar. Again, similar is the key word. So you got to learn how to listen sometimes. People tell you how they are. Like, and if they like putting you down on the sneak, like yeah, but you ain't this, you ain't that. How do you know? If I could have put on this list people who rely on their assumptions and perceptions with things that you never even mentioned to them. Like you ain't never told them how much money you got or don't got, but they automatically try to talk to you like you broke or something. Ah, man, don't It don't make sense to keep arguing with people when you start seeing this stuff we talking about, the negative. Just realize that that's either need to be an associate or nothing at all. I'm not going to change my schedule for a person that don't change their schedule for me. You want me to stop doing this, stop doing that, to do this with you, but yet you are on your same schedule. No, it don't work like that. It don't work like that. If I'm a night owl and you ain't, we ain't gonna always accommodate you. And the last thing I got mentioned, 5, do not be ashamed to connect with people. Don't be one of these funny acting people with their guard up too high. Learn some self-defense. Learn how to vet. Learn, figure people out. Because if somebody is a potential friend, like I know my sons, like they would be like gold to people. But some people just don't know how to make friends, you know what I mean? Like one of my sons had this guy he was cool with at his job. And they was calling each other for a little while. He stopped calling my son. I said, okay, well, I said, don't call him no more till he calls you. They both starting to see how people is, because me and they mama, we be showing them the ropes. One thing I will say is, it's important who you have kids with. Like regardless of how you something, you want to have kids with a woman. Those of you who don't want to get married, but you want kids, you want to have kids with a woman that's going to be a great mother. Because that's, your kids going to develop. They're going to blossom. All 4 of my kids is blossoming in their own way. And I got to give credit to her. Like, she's a great mother. So, do not be ashamed to connect with people. And that's all I'm going to say on that. We finna get it going. We're going to make a couple more videos later on. Like more. If I don't, because I'm finna be really going for it today. Because, tomorrow, I ain't working. I ain't making no videos or working. I'm going to be at home, eating, acting lazy, and watching football. And dealing with my kids and stuff. So, think about these things. We're going to come back with more, because we got to keep driving these points home. Do not take it the wrong way when people act funny towards you. Label them and keep them at bay. And beware of the person that was acting funny now. Hey man, what you doing? No. If you're a gambler and you win, don't be telling these people. And when you pull out your toys, do not pull out your toys around jealous people. Let them keep their same negative energy. Thanks for watching. Keep tuning in. We'll see y'all when we see y'all. If not later, we will pick back up Friday with more videos.